Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons, make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 50,000 until the end of the year, and let's get into it. So today we are going to talk a little bit more on the kind of confirmation that they are actually planning very soon to add a very advanced aircraft to War Thunder, right? And this quote comes from the F-16 AJ Coverboy kind of dev block, right? And while they are basically clearing the reasons why they're adding the F-16 AJ instead of the, for example, the Mitsubishi F2, they say something along the lines of, let me check, for example, Mitsubishi F2 fighter bomber to the Japanese Tech 3. Okay, then indeed the F2, which is a 4++ generation aircraft, will appear in the game along with comparable aircraft from other nations, obviously. And then after that, they said, therefore, when choosing between forcing Japanese aviation enthusiasts to wait for the Viper Zero, which is the F2, a few major updates, or giving Japan a 4th generation now, we chose the second option. We hope you support our decision. So they're basically talking on the addition of the F2. Why is it not possible right now? And one of the reasons, obviously, it's because it's too advanced. It would have a very powerful radar. Even with limited armament, it would still be very OP. The radar would be basically instant detection, and the ISA radar is just amazing, right? The PESAs as well. I'm still doing that bug report for the vertical PESA on the Yak 41 that I think he should have it. He had it in real life, so why wouldn't have it in the game, right? So these technologies, it feels like we are moving up in, obviously we are moving up in years, in technology-wise, on modern stuff. The more we go into the future, the more modern aircraft will be in the game. And yeah, we have the confirmation that they are kind of considering in a soonish future actually add an aircraft such as the F2. They said await a few major updates. Obviously it's not like a complete giveaway that they are planning, I don't know, 2 patches from now that they are going to add this aircraft. But even in a patch like this that it wasn't completely focused on aircraft, it wasn't completely focused on jets, we still got a lot of whole feeling aircraft. So we got the MiG-29 for Germany, that it was needed. We are getting a 4th generation for Japan, even though it's controversial, it is going to happen. We got a semi 4th generation aircraft, but a more modern aircraft in general for the UK. So they're just filling these gaps that were needed to be filled, right? And after this patch, basically everybody has a 4th generation kind of aircraft that it is pretty good. America has the F-16s and the F-14. Germany will have the MiG-29. Soviets will have the MiG-29 and the Yak-41. The Britain, the Tornado. Japan, the F-16. China, the F-16, Italy, the F-16, France, the Mirage 2000, that should not be in 11.3. It should be at least 11.7. That aircraft is amazing right now. Sweden with the Vegan, obviously not the greatest thing ever compared to the others, but still a capable aircraft that has AIM-9Ls. And once we get the AIM-120s in the game, it will be added for that as well. And Israel has the F-16 as well. So everybody is kind of in a balanced way. And to be honest, we're actually getting to the most balanced kind of situation that we ever got in War Thunder, I think. It's been quite a while since we have this such just an overall kind of sense that everybody has something to fight. And even the aircraft that are a little bit behind, like the Vegan, for example, or even the Israelis without BVR, you still can fight, man. The F-16 blocking the nets, it's still amazing. It is still beating almost every aircraft in a dogfight. The Vegan is also doing that. It has a semi-BVR kind of weapon, but it does have the A9Ls, right? So even in these nations that are a little bit behind, it's not by much. It's not at all by much. It is by just a little tiny bit. And we are in a very, very balanced way. I think there are some nations that are a little bit better. The Soviets are the example of that, receiving the Yak-41, which will have probably one of the best raiders in the game, together with a very interesting fight performance that he had in the dev. So yeah, some nations will have a little bit more, some nations a little bit less, but overall everything seems a little bit more balanced. And with that in mind, it's just a matter of time until they actually add the next step. It's just the next line of thinking. I think the more sure way of think like that is the more probable kind of next step would be still the 80s, aircraft without Fox 3s and without fancy raiders or anything like that, like Aezas and Pesas and stuff. But still the main fighters for some of the nations, like the F-15, like the Su-27. Some aircraft would be a little bit, some nations would still be a little bit behind, obviously. For example, Germany and UK are problematic in a sense because the only aircraft they can actually get is, for example, the Eurofighter, beyond these aircraft that they are already going to get right now. So it will create an unbalanced kind of situation again. But that's always what it happens. I just think that it is a great time for that right now, just due to the fact that everybody kind of has something right now. And if we go to the future, even an Su-27 for the Soviets, it doesn't mean that a MiG-29 for Germany is any bit less capable. It's just different concept, right? The F-15 is the same compared to the F-15 of Japan, Israel, and US would get one. For example, France wouldn't get one. So does that mean that the Mirage is just worse? No, it's the same aircraft. It's still pretty good, and it will still fight an F-15 pretty well, I think. Obviously, it will have some disadvantages, but it's not like fighting, an F-16 against a MiG-21 F-13 or something like that. It's nothing crazy generation-wise, different like that. So my guess is that we are going to get, as I said, F-15s, Su-27s, 80s aircraft still. And then by the end of the year, we will probably start to see stuff like 90s 4+ generation aircraft. So we can see the early modifications of the Gripen, of the Eurofighter, of the later modifications of the Mirage, maybe very early modifications of the Rafale. But the Rafale is a little bit further ahead, but still. MiG-29M, Su-27M, better versions of the F-15, better versions of the F-16, and all sorts of stuff like that. But I still think that it's going to take a little bit of time. Not that much, but around this year we will probably see the first ones with that. Or maybe, I don't know, at the start of the next year, but probably at the end of this year with the last patch. It would be, I think, the shortest in time that we are going to get that, I think, But I think we are close to that. So don't worry, I know a lot of people are mad for the F-16AJ, for example. And maybe even the other F-16As, people are wanting the F-16C. People want the Su-27. I just think that we are really close to it. And each patch that we go into the future, more holes will be filled, and also new steps will be taken. That's just guaranteed. It just shows that they are actually planning to do really modern stuff. They're not actually confirming 5th gen or today's aircraft in any sort of way, but at least very late 4th generation aircraft they are kind of confirming. So we can expect these types of things to happen really, really soon, around this year or next year max. But let me know in the comments, do you think aircraft like that, like 90s 4+ or 4++ generation aircraft, are coming soon to War Thunder or not? Do you think 5th generation have a place in game in the far future, in like 3 years from now or more? Let me know in the comments, and yeah, I see you guys on the next one. Bye, see ya.